This is the story of a little black girl, Blackwildgirl, who knew she was a queen and, in her innocence, shared her knowledge too soon. The world dethroned her, burying her spirit, expecting to asphyxiate her. But the world didn't know that she was a seed. Germinating underground in the bowels of the earth, almost suffocating, the seed miraculously survives, nourished by nutrients submerged in composting decay. Drinking from dewdrops and snatching heat from sunlight, the seed sustains herself, rooting and grasping onto small grains of dirt, offering their hands to her. With a fierce, fiery, and feisty determination, she bursts herself from her seed coat womb, detangling from the weeds and the wily ways of the world attempting to sabotage her divine destiny. Pushing through the muck and the mire, bursting forth and rising up, she announces her above-ground presence. Her arms like branches outstretched, and her breasts like buds boldly bearing themselves. Her willow palm tree spine bending but never breaking, sways unassuaged in the glorious air of her reclaimed throne. Regal, resurrected, and refusing to be denied her rightful role as an African goddess, Blackwildgoddess blossoms and blooms, radiating rays of love, joy, and hope for other seeds on their journeys. Her journey begins with libations. Scene 1. Libation. When Mama and I visited Freetown, Sierra Leone, in West Africa for the first time in 1989, Mama Pratt, my father's mother, and Aunt Dorothea, my father's stepsister from a different mother, took us shortly after our arrival to a seemingly ancient, weed-covered cemetery. Mama Pratt carried a traditional African meal of jollof rice, chicken, beef, and vegetables in a large brown paper bag. She also had a bottle of rum. Slowly bending down, moving away weeds and debris with her old black worn and weathered fingers, she paused at certain headstones, brow wrinkled. She turned to Aunt Dorothea to ask her to read the barely visible name. Hearing it, she slowly shook her head, mumbled in frustration, looked around, and gradually moved to another grave. The process repeated until the name called was the one she'd been listening for. Once the ancestor's name had been called, Mama Pratt got on her knees in front of the headstone and began a conversation. The conversation went something like this. Ancestor, how are you doing? We are here today with Menah, my granddaughter, and her mother Mildred. This is Ted's child, my son's daughter. They are from America. Menah is in college now, a big girl. They have come here to meet you. She turned to my mother and me and introduced us to the ancestor. This is ancestor so-and-so, your father's such and such. So they are your such and such, great third cousin-in-law. My mother and I nodded in respectful acknowledgement to either her or the ancestor, or both. After the introductions, my grandmother reached into her bag of food, placed some food near the headstone, poured a little liquor near the food in reverence and remembrance, and resumed the conversation.